Hey, welcome back to the Mully Stash Show. Today is Wednesday at probably around 7:30 at night, not really sure. I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm going to actually start a mini-series about wet shaving. For those of you who know me, you know I'm a very avid wet shaver, and for those of you that don't, I want to inform you about wet shaving and maybe help you decide that it might be for you. Um, since this is the beginning, I'm just going to do an introduction. I'm just going to do some pros and cons. And I guess, what is wet shaving? Well, that's a good question. Wet shaving is actually where you use like a safety razor or a straight blade razor as opposed to an electric razor. Um, Usually you don't include a cartridge razor in that either. And all of these razors I will show you in the next part of the video where I go over the different types of razors. But there are some pros and cons, and even though I'm a very avid shaver, I have been for 5 years now, wet shaving, there's still some cons, but the longer you shave, the smaller the cons are, and the more the pros increase. For example, just before I made this video, I looked up on Amazon, I looked up the price. I typed in safety razor, I sorted by the highest review, and the highest reviewed safety razor was just under $14. Likewise, the newest fancy Gillette Fusion was $13 for the razor. Now, usually safety razors for decent ones are about 30 or so. I would say that's usually what I get mine for a new, really good quality one. So there's a higher upfront cost, which is a con. And also, usually when you wet shave, you use shaving soap and a shaving brush as opposed to goop that comes out of a can. That's also upfront cost. Now blades, this is the biggest pro I think there can be, is saving the money. The blades alone, I looked this up right on Amazon too, and a 12-pack of Fusion blades is right around $35. They're $2.92 a piece, roughly. Now a 50-pack of feather blades, and those were the highest rated, which also are my favorite. They seem to be the sharpest in the wet shaving world. A 50-pack of feather blades are $14 just about, or 28 cents a piece. So normally you can use a double-edged razor blade for about a week. I change mine on Sundays regardless how many times I use it, and the company website like Gillette says you can use their cartridge razor for 2 weeks maybe. I haven't used a cartridge razor in 5 years. I don't remember how often I changed it. I know they were expensive, so I didn't change them that often. Another pro, and this is really huge, is razor burn. When using a double-edged safety razor or a straight razor, you have one single razor blade, so every time you make a pass across your skin, you have one blade cutting. Whereas on the Mach 3, you have 3 blades, or the Gillette Fusion, you have 5 blades. So every pass you take, that's 5 passes across your skin as opposed to one pass across your skin. So gentlemen that are prone to razor burn, one blade is the way to go, especially when you have 5 blades. Like the first 4 blades actually pull your hair out of your skin, cut it off, and then release it, and it goes under the skin. And apparently that's why, according to the internet, men with curly hair are a lot more prone to razor bumps, is because their hair, once it is under the skin, it starts growing. Since it curls before it can pop out through the hole, voila. Also, razor burn can also be caused bacteria. When you have 5 blades, you have all that room for bacteria to grow between those blades, and when you put that bacteria across your skin, it's just going to fester and cause all sorts of unnecessary problems like acne, other infections. Not good. Mostly razor burn though. It's much better for the environment actually, because the safety razors blades I use usually come in a cardboard, or the feathers come in a plastic container, but that's it. Each blade comes individually wrapped in a piece of wax paper, and then they come in a little box, maybe about half the size of a stick of gum. Thicker obviously, but about that size. I'll show you. Anyway, so all of that is recyclable. The wax paper, the cardboard or plastic case, and the plastic case also doubles as a razor bank to throw your old blades away, and that's it. And the metal obviously is recyclable too, so when you get done the razor bank, throw it in the recycle bin. Whereas you get like a Gillette or another type of cartridge razor, You know, it comes in those big heavy bubble wraps that you gotta struggle to get open, and then you have all that plastic to waste, throw away. Horrible for the environment. Which also, if you wet shave properly, but if you use a shaving soap or a cream that comes in a tube, not one of those cans with the aerosol and the goop that's gonna kill the world, but you come in a soap or a tube that's environmentally friendly, doesn't have the aerosol, doesn't have that big metal can that gets thrown in the landfill. So all around it's a better way, also for the environment. The shaving soap I use, which I'll show you in tomorrow's video, it comes in a plastic container, which is also recyclable. That's also a good thing. And I think, I don't know, I've been shaving, like I said, for 5 years, but I think it leads me into a meditative state. I actually look forward to shaving, and to me that's personal. It's a very big pro that I used to just shave, zip, zap, zoom, done. But no, I take my time, I enjoy it, I do my meditation, I do my thinking. It's a pro. It really is. Now, which is also a con that you take time to do, because if you're in a really big hurry, you don't just like you do with the cartridge razors, done. After 5 years, I can shave very quick. But when I first started, like I said, the more you shave, the smaller the con is. When you first start, the angle is very precise you need to be, whereas the Gillettes, the blades come fixed at a certain angle in the cartridge head, so you don't have to worry, you just done. But on the safety razor or the straight razor, you have to adjust the angle as you go, so that takes some time to get used to. One of my friends asked me how long it took, so I actually timed it, and from starting from nothing to being completely done using a straight razor with 2 passes, including the lather, the cleanup and everything, it took me 16 minutes, which I think is pretty good for a straight razor shave. Some people say, well, I may not have 16 minutes in the morning, but I think you will. I think once you try it, I think you will. And also there's this whole nostalgia thing that goes with it. It's like a step back in time. I guess I can't really describe it. And if you try it, I think you'll know. But again, the biggest pros are the cost, not getting any razor burn, and it's better for the environment. And I think those are really good things. It's a whole lot of fun too. But I think this will be the end of blog 7, and I'm going to continue this, like I said, in a mini-series. So tomorrow I will actually show you some different razors. I'll show you some safety razors, some straight razors, some shavettes. I'll show you different kind of blades and some creams or soaps. I'll go over those sort of detailed, but not too much. I want to keep these videos sort of short. And then, so I may break that one down into 2, I may not. And then on another part of this mini-series, I will actually give you a shaving demonstration. So we'll see how that goes. So for now, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. And I will see you guys again later. So this is the end of blog 7.